What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Bianca here, and today we're going to be doing a look using the Jaclyn Hill palette. I was feeling a little fall inspired, but it's still going to have a bit of glitz and glam in there for all my glittery fans. But if you want to see more, stick around. Alright, eyebrows are done, eyelids are primed with our Shape Tape Concealer, and we are ready to go. Today's video I'm going to try to be a little more descriptive with, because I watched a Nikki Tutorials video where she just went off of the sound of another YouTuber, and it was actually really entertaining to watch, but it also made her realize and made me realize that, you know, she's right. There's people who might not know what the heck is going on, so you really need to fully explain it. You know, I can say stuff and I can do a lot off camera, but can you really recreate what goes on in our videos? So this is my interpretation of doing a little better at it today. So I'm gonna go ahead and prime my face with my Smashbox Photo Finish Radiance Primer, and the directions say smooth over clean moisturized skin or use as a targeted highlighter. And I have to admit, I've never actually read the directions because I just knew what to do with it off the bat. So the fact that it says use as a targeted highlighter, I might have to put that to test. So this Mega Moisturizing Primer eliminates blurs and even skin tone, packed with shea butter and hyaluronic acid. And it gives you an instant golden hour glow. So I'm going to go ahead and put that, and it doesn't say how much, but I have a lot of skin and my skin is very dry. This does say for normal to dry skin, in case you're wondering. So I just try to put more, and sometimes I don't rub it in, sometimes I use a beauty blender, but today I'm just going to rub in. That I put that on before I did my eyes is because you want to give it as much time as possible to sink into your pores and your skin. Alright, so now I'm just going to take my little glittery Scotch tape here, the one that I've used forever, and put it on my outer corners of my eye. Why do I use tape from time to time? Particularly when I'm feeling lazy or just want to do something quick. I put it there just because that gives you the shape of whatever eyeshadow color that you're using. As soon as you peel it back, it's going to be in the shape of that line. Looks pretty good. Now I'm taking my Morphe M504 brush, and I am going in with, I'm assuming this is in Light. So the next one would be Beam, and the one on the very end would be Little Lady. So in Light. And this is going to be what's used as a transition shade. The reason you use transition shades is because it softens up, you know, harsh lines that you might create when you put certain colors on your eye, as well as just keeps everything really blended and pretty. Starting by tapping it in. And if you notice, when I first put it on here, in any of my other videos, you'll hear a, and that's because you get rid of the excess powder so that there's less fallout occurring. And I put this all over my lid. Just tapping it in. You'll see that I didn't go all the way up to my eyebrow because I typically reserve that for a brow bone highlight. Even sometimes I might, and I'll still put the highlight on over it, but I'm choosing not to today. Again, like I normally do, I'm going to do one eye on camera and one eye off camera, just being as descriptive as I possibly can with this eye. The very next color that I am going to go in with is called MFEO. I really don't know what MFEO stands for, and I want to look it up so badly, but MFEO. This time I'll be taking my Sigma E40 brush, which is these, and going to be dipping it in MFEO. And I will be taking it in my crease and a little bit above the crease. Just kind of tapping it first to let the color get on there, and then we'll blend it out. And I am doing that from outer to inner corner, a little bit above the crease and in it. Alright, and now I'm going to take a cross between sweeping motions and circular motions to blend it. A lot of things that people say is that they can't recreate something someone else makes when they make a video, and it's because we cut out a lot of the blending. So you're going to spend a good, I would say, 2 minutes blending some things. Maybe not necessarily these colors because they're softer, but the deeper the color, the more time you're going to spend blending. The next color that I'm going to go in with is called Pooter, and it's on the second row, the third color in. This is Pooter. And I'm actually going to use the very same brush from Sigma, just wiped off. They're also very close in color, so you don't necessarily need to wipe them off. And we're going to put it a little bit lower than the last color that we chose. Doing the same thing, tap to blend. Alright, and once you've got that good and blended, it should look something like this. Perfect. The very next thing we're going to do is we're going to go in with a red color, and the red that I'm going to choose is actually going to be a cross between two. I'm going to start with Jax, and that's going to be over here, this one, and above it is going to be Hunts. So I'm going to be mixing a cross between Jax and Hunts. Taking a tapered blending brush, like so, from a company. I'm not sure who it's from because the writing came off of it. I just know that it says tapered blending. So I'm going to go ahead and dip into the one red, the darker of the two, and pack it on pretty much everywhere from side to side, and focusing it onto the tape into that point, slash blending it above as well. If you notice, with this red, I'm also taking it above my crease line because I do want a nice gradient feel to it, but I want you to be able to see the red everywhere I open or close. If you notice a tone change there, I did just dip into the lighter of the two colors with the very same brush, and I'm going over the exact same spots that I just covered. Going back in with my E40 just to blend that out a little further in the top. Not adding any additional product, just whatever's on here is gonna work. Perfect. The next thing I'm going to do is take a darker brown shade, and that dark brown name is Soda Pop. And on the back it almost looks purple, but in the palette it's brown. It'll be this one here. And I'm going to take Soda Pop and place it on the outer corner and on the inner corner. I'll be placing Soda Pop with my Unique Deluxe brush, so any brush that looks like this will work just fine for you if you don't have that one. Staying very small in the outer and inner corners. This is just to add depth as opposed to take over color. Red is what you want to see most, but this is going to just kind of smoke it up a little bit. I admit it's a little weird for me because my inner corner is always light, but I'm really excited about the way this is going to turn out. And if you notice, I am not taking the darkness on the full lid. That's because we're going to take some concealer and pop it there for a little spotlight cut crease in a moment. Going in with a clean M433 brush just to blend out that smoke. Adding a little bit of that dark red just back in here to keep the color. Perfect. So now we're going to grab our Shape Tape Concealer again. And I am grabbing a little brush from Wet n Wild. You can purchase this at the dollar store. I don't know what the true use for this is. I'm assuming it's eyeshadow, but they don't say on the actual stick, and I don't have the packaging any longer. So I'm just going to take this into the concealer. You don't want to start with too much because you want to be able to build it. And see where I left that gap here? That gap in the center is where the concealer is going to go for that spotlight. Starting off thinner at the bottom, and then when you get to the crease, open up just a little bit at the top. That way it dips into either dark side, which is why they call it a spotlight. And of course, the reason you start with less concealer is because you don't want to overdo it. It's easier to keep adding on than it is to just have to have too much up there and figure it out. Alright, I'm going to let that dry just a little bit and go back in with that dark brown color on this side just to make sure it's going to blend. The color that's going to be going in my spotlight cut crease is called Little Lady. Little Lady is the color on the very end over here. And if you're wondering, yes, I did just hit myself in the head. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and take Little Lady onto my Eye Slay brush. I do not know the true name of this one. I just know it was the Eye Slay collection from Morphe, and I got it from Ulta on the Ulta app. So I'm just going to dip that in. So it will look like this on your brush, and tap it on. Perfect. So now I'm just going to go back in with my Sigma brush, the E40, and just add a little bit of that depth back in here. Make sure we are nice and blended and we have a pretty little spotlight. I think that's very nice. Go ahead and do the same thing to the other side, and then I will do the rest of my face off camera and we'll pop on some lashes. In the middle of foundationing my face, and I just remembered that I never sang my subscribe song. So I just wanted to take a moment to say that I hope you've been enjoying this video so far, and if you're brand new, welcome to my channel, and if you're not, welcome back. Subscribe, 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 subscribe. Guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button and you hit that like button if you enjoyed this video at any point or at the end. It doesn't really matter. Just hit it, and also hit that little bell notification so that you won't miss a video that I post. See you in a minute. While I'm taking a moment to bake, I decided I'm going to go ahead and do my lips. And no, we're not actually done with the eyes, but I can't get to the part that I need to add to while I'm baking. So today I'm going to be using the Moodstruck Precision Pencil Lip Liner in the color Plush, and this is by Unique. And so I'm just going to go ahead and line my lips really quickly. Flush is actually one of my favorite colors because it's like a nude and you can use it with literally any color that you want to. And I can't really teach you how to line your lips outside of saying roll with your natural line and just, you know, go along it. You can overline. I don't recommend it, but there's people who do, so you know, what you do is your business, it's not me. But you can watch the way I do it. And a couple things I'm gonna add, as I saw recently, are just a few strokes in a couple other places. And so that's just called lip contouring, which I don't do often because I love my lips as is. But this just kind of adds a little something something. It's amazing because I was hydrating my lips earlier and now they feel so dry with all of the, you know, foundation on. Alright, now I'm going to be using a Kylie Cosmetics' Cocoa by Kylie matte liquid lipstick in the color, I want to say it's Chloe. It's just Chloe $, but I'm, you know, whatever. I'm assuming that still means Chloe. One of my literal favorite, like if you ask me what my favorite lipstick is right now, it's this one, and I've had it for a few months now, so. Literally my all-time favorite. So the reason that you use a lip liner before you put your lipstick on is so that your lipstick doesn't bleed. If it's gonna bleed, it's gonna stop right at that line. So that's what it looks like for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this bake so that we can do our under eye and then we'll be close to done. Yes, I did only bake in like one spot today. Also, I apologize for the lighting in the background today. I kind of got stuck having to do it in my bathroom today. So I have super bright lights above, but they're not white lights. So it makes me look a little nuts. I will throw in some selfies at the end, or maybe I'll just take us outside real quick just so you can see what this fully looks like without all the shadow. So I'm sorry about that. I'm still working on getting lighting. Not gonna have it just yet, but it's coming, promise. That I am blushed and ready to go, the last thing I'm going to go ahead and do on my eyes is the under eye color as well as the mascara that goes underneath. So I'm going to take my Morphe M431 and it's like a pencil brush, and I'm going to go in with the very first brown color, well not brown but you know, it's like an orangey brown if you will, tan color that I used, and take it underneath. Very easy sweeping motions because you don't want to get powder in your eye, and I am queen of getting powder in my eyeball. So, just taking it around. Gonna do the exact same thing on the other eye. And now I'm going to go in with a cross between those two reds that I was using. Notice you hear the tap in the background. That is me tapping it off. So let me just look into my little light over here so you can get an idea of where I'm going with this. Still taking it from outer to inner corner, same thing on the other side. Alright, and now I'm going to take a clean brush that came with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina palette, the same brush that they give you every single time. So if you have any of their palettes, you have this brush. And I'm just going to kind of blend it together so that that's nice and soft, as opposed to like bam, I'm staring at something on your under eye. And I'm making sure that I am connecting it with this out here. If you notice, today I did not use eyeliner. This is only the second look I've ever done without eyeliner, so I'm branching out. I am branching out. Okay, I like that. Now I am going to take my Roller Lash Mascara from Benefit Cosmetics. Amazing. And I'm going to put it on my bottom lash line. This is actually another step that I oftentimes forget to do on camera. So Don't mind my forgetful brain. You'll always see it in my pictures though. Perfect. Gonna go ahead and take my MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus and spray that everywhere. So fresh. So I went ahead and brought you guys outside just so you could get the final look. It is an incredibly beautiful day, although it is 4:41 in the afternoon here in nice sunny Florida, but it's actually not raining for once. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video today. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you like it. Hit that subscribe button and that notification bell if you don't want to miss anything. Have an amazing day, guys. Bye!